We are many. Those that live beyond the veil of darkness where nightmares are born. Sanity knows no bounds, and men's thrives on the suffering of the damned. Rot in the solace in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals in hope of a harvest for my innocence. Tread lightly in the search for the voices and stories of the departed, for in shadow hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of spirits rule the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own hidden demons, and brings to life your deepest fear. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality in the search for life after life? Have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have. Maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers that are hidden behind the veil. Shed off the blinders and open your mind's eye and listen to their stories. We are they. We are incarnate paranormal.
And what is up, everybody? Happy Friday Eve. We've made it through the week, almost. One more day. Today's been interesting at work. Got a lot done. I am sore. I am tired, but here I is. Last night we made it through a lot of Section 3. We're dealing with 3 women in women's investigating. We got 5 EVPs last night. They must be gone. Hey, stop right there. Suck my cock. You're gonna play, or you gonna play, and hey, get out. So we got some good EVPs last night. We are up to 306. We are 10 shows away from number 400. And 9 shows away from number 100 of NSP. So yeah, we're hitting some marks. We'll have to see what happens. But anyways, I'm not going to even hesitate tonight. Let's get into the audio. I want to get through this recorder and maybe start another one tonight. We have another hour left in this one, so we should be able to finish this one tonight and start a fresh one tomorrow night. Hopefully. We'll see.
Did you put that down there? No, it's something, yeah. Are you coming towards us? I don't have my video going. What the hell's wrong with me?
It's getting closer.
Are you getting closer to Ashley?
Ashley, Michelle, and Susan, I think.
What are you hearing?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is?
No.
What does it sound like?
Almost like you're hitting plastic or hitting. I don't know. I can't think of what would be that sound.
Like digging in a bag of chips?
That?
I'm gonna go
It's
down
getting
there.
closer and closer down the
Here,
hall.
let's go down there. Film it, Tammy. Do it. Jimmy, I'll help you. Here you go. towards Ash. Oh, shit, dude, that's here. Whoa, wait, that doesn't go on that far. There's a... What's going on?
Get past the spirit box.
You got it. Your pants are gonna be so wet.
Okay. There is an EVP here. It's a whisper. It's a hard whisper, but it's an EVP. Okay, if that's saying what I think it is, we might be doing good tonight. I'm gonna bump this way up so we can clean it. I think it's saying ain't that bullshit. So let's get some more vocal enhancers in here. Then we're going to run it through noise reduction. That usually does the job, but we've been wrong before. So, okay. We're just going to start off right. I mean, we are a minute, almost 2 minutes into this tonight, and we're already getting the potential evidence. That could be a good sign. Or it could mean we're just going to get it and get out of the way and have silence. Ain't that something? Ain't that something something? So let's get this saved. Okay, ain't that followed by unknown? Another one for the meter. That is 307, and we're 2574. Wow. What's up, Deads? Just in time for our first EVP of the night. Like what, 3 minutes into the show?
You got it. Your pants are gonna be so wet.
And to answer your question from the message, I've seen part of that video that you sent me about the prison. Working a whole bunch of nothing. We're working like 15-hour days this week. First day I actually got home at somewhat decent time. At least you got home. At least you got home. So yeah. Almost like they say, pretty good, bless you. TMKDK, welcome, buddy. How you doing tonight? Thank you for dropping in.
You said sit down.
What's going on?
Sounds like something's interfering with the second part of it, so...
Your pants are gonna be so wet.
And this is is a downside. You know, and nothing against Susan or Ashley or the two other women. Uh, they are talking a lot. So getting the EVPs is very, very tough. Thank God it's a male whisper, a male voice, easier to pluck it out. But we did get a couple female EVPs last night, and it's so tough to determine it when you know two of the voices, and the third female you're not sure of. So it's like, okay, you got to debunk it just in case. And they're with that freaking music box again.
You ready?
I will not listen to that.
Like males. Happy. Can you do that again? Can you do what Jerry and Ashley are doing?
Oh, bird sound? We had that on night one outside of outside the infirmary. We had a recorder sitting on the outside wall. Like you have the hallway, you got the examination rooms here. We had the wall here which faces the outside. We had the recorder up on that wall, and we did nothing but listen to bird sounds for 3 hours. 3 of the 6 hours were spent listening to birds. And I think we got like 2 EVPs out of it. It was horrible.
Okay, I just walked by your music box. It didn't go off until I passed it.
Yeah, so there's something next to you following you.
That's the sound I got stuck in my head.
And the other reason I'm jumping past this music box is playing not only like the actual music box sounds, but actual music. I'm not gonna risk a copyright strike. I know it's kind of bad to do that, jumping through audio, but I got hit once already for some dumb shit for a ringtone, and yeah, Twitch is just funky that way. What can you do?
We're gonna do 2. 2, and then 1 more. So 3 total. Okay. Can you do that?
It's ice cold.
I have to watch your every move. You guys are lazy.
It's ice cold.
Let's see, we've had bird sounds, we've had coyote sounds, or mute the stream while you hear it if there's nothing more.
Here, finish this, okay?
True.
One more time.
See? And I say this is I've been investigating almost 15 years now. These music boxes and apps that play music, they do nothing but create headaches,
Okay, so this is.
in my personal opinion. But to each his own. Investigating. If that's your style, so be it.
Can you set that off again, please?
Can you guys see the beam? I need you to come forward towards the beam.
It's not real science.
I'm gonna do something. Let me see if this.
Even the normal stuff we use in the paranormal isn't real science anyway. I've used, thermometers. I've used compasses, for magnetic fields. I've used a lot of the old school stuff, using more science that way than digital recorders and cameras and radios and whatever. I've used the old the glass vials with the temperature balloons in them that'll pick up the humidity. I've used those. Never had any luck with them. Not to say there wasn't activity, but they just didn't work for me. But everything in the paranormal is guesswork. It's getting lucky and
Beam sets us off, okay?
trying to.
Nope. See that?
I, I'm not trying to prove the existence of spirits.
So you want a clean spot on the floor down there?
Oh, right here?
I'm not trying to prove there's ghosts. I'm not trying to prove there's spirits.
Yeah, yeah. When
And
he let it
that's
off first and it just stood there and stayed
not what I'm
there,
interested
didn't
in.
make any more shadow, didn't walk by, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I want to try to communicate with the energies that remain.
My ears are ringing.
K2 meter, all EMF can trigger that, yes. Also, and I've preached this on the show for, well, we're approaching 400 shows. I'd say a good 100 of the shows I've actually talked about people that use cheap batteries and get false positives all night long. If you're using eddy meters, K2s, REM pods, don't use Rayovac batteries. Don't use Rayovac, they're not shielded. And you bring a spectrum meter with them. Oh, I don't think I've ever used a spectrum meter. There's a lot of stuff that I used to use laser grids, thermal cameras. I had a flare camera. I got rid of that because spirits are not solid objects. Usually, flares only pick up solid objects. So that's why anymore I just carry the eddy meter, a digital recorder, and a GoPro. That's all you really need. And I set up random recorders like an idiot all over the location.
Let's go. Why don't we go that way? Let's go. Why don't we go that way? It's gonna set off. Ready? Here we go. Come on this way. Don't let them forget.
And I'm going to do TM for short if you don't mind. Are you familiar with Nevada State Prison? Spectrometer, when you can see what hertz it comes from, so it's a mobile or bad electric. Okay. Okay. So it picks up like frequencies.
I was there.
Look at the woman shower.
With the nice show.
Oh, you're in Denmark? Okay. This is Nevada State Prison. This is where we're going back to investigate again for the fourth time in September. It's not only these buildings here on the bottom, but all the way up top as well. The 13 buildings up top. So this is, I tell people, minimum 2 nights. 3 if you want to do it right. So you figure it was built in 1862, closed in 2012. What we did is, like, if you look, Dead Ned's 007, he joined the investigation last time. What we do, or what I do, is I just go around the location and I'll set recorders down. I'll say, my name, the team, the location, where it's being left at, and I just hit record and I let it roll until the batteries go out. Hey, this is Brent, Incarnate Paranormal, Night 1, Nevada State Prison. The recorder's being left in the showers, and that's it. And I'll go, test, make sure the meter's going. I set it down, and I walk away. I don't go back and get it until the end of the night. And I'll do that with 16 or 17 other digital recorders around the prison. Then I carry a recorder and I carry a GoPro. So if I'm in that area investigating and I have my digital recorder in my hand, if I get an EVP in there, more than likely it's going to pick up on the other recorder that's in the room with me. so we can better confirm evidence having two recorders in the room. Now, like when Dedge joined me, we had three recorders in the room. So that even further validates the evidence that we get. Then if we got it on the GoPro as well, that's four. So we try to completely validate our evidence by having multiple devices around us. It's not in time sync. Usually when I'll go in to set up before the investigation starts. So 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I go in, I walk throughout the prison, I set the recorders down. Then I come back, get my gear, then we start the investigation. So it's usually about a 30 to 40 minute difference. So you'll hear me set it down, walk away, then you'll hear us walk back in later. The only things that really will sync up is maybe the recorder and the GoPro. If I leave a static GoPro recording, that will sync up within a few seconds of each other. So time syncing is hard because you're constantly moving around. So some recorders will have 4 hours, 20 minutes. Other recorders will have 5 hours, 26 minutes. Then we'll get some recorders that have, 6 hours, 37 minutes. So it's just a matter of sitting down and going through all the silence and hoping to God you get a residual EVP.
What's this?
Okay, you know what I think we should do? We should keep one person here. And then three of us walk to the boys and go out there.
And in case you are wondering, the faces across the top of the screen there
We're not doing it.
are actual prisoners who were executed at the prison. I'll watch one of your VODs. Awesome, awesome. Hopefully it was one of the busier ones and not one of the slower ones. Because the slower ones just suck. When we don't get any evidence, it's terrible. And welcome in, Sims. Good to see you. One from 6 days ago. Okay.
Here, let's do this. Ready?
You're playing your new PS5. Okay. But I'm more important. I need your butt in this stream. I need your butt here paying attention.
Can you tell me your name? Tag motorcycles. My name's Michelle.
Yeah, TM is officially our furthest viewer over in Denmark. That's awesome. And because of the time difference, I greatly appreciate you being here. That is so cool. We're global. We've had Canadians in here. We've had Europeans in here. Almost 4 a.m. Wow.
You can tell us your name. We'll hear you. Let's see if you did.
Some Martian. No. She's Venusian. She's Venusian. Don't you know? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. And it's so hard to tell the EVPs with these spirit boxes. I mean, you can tell it's digitized, it's real garbled. So yeah, you know it's not evidence. Because we figured, Deds, how much audio did we figure we had? What do we say? Over 400 hours of audio? Figure 18 times 6 times 3. The local ghost hunting team sometimes have ghosts come on their channel. Local ghost hunting team sometimes have ghost cam live. I've thought about doing live. It's just tough. Somebody can hear footsteps, so I took a 100% digital generated white noise and tried to filter that. I can see it.
So the boys might be coming, they're gonna pick up your
Yeah, if you can still hear the footsteps, then you're doing good.
Okay, so
324 minus the GoPros. Like I said, probably close to 400 hours of audio. That's just them being loud, Sims. So, TM, you figure close to 400 hours of audio times hour and a half, divided by an hour and a half to 2 hour shows. It's gonna take us probably at least 200 shows to go through all this. Just in time to turn around and go right back to the prison to investigate again. But do make sure and stay tuned on this. After we get through about 4-5 more recorders, we're going to start watching some video. So I always throw some in after 4 or 5 recorders, just so we can get away from the monotony of listening to nothing but audio. That might have been something. Let me go back. Right there. Okay. Now we're going to try to clean this up maybe. What do you guys think? Yay or nay? So I don't take the footsteps serious when some say they can hear them unless they get louder or stop. TM, yeah. When we go out and investigate, or when I do, I stand perfectly still. I make sure that I'm the only one in the immediate area, and if not, if somebody is with me, we stand perfectly still. That way we can hear footsteps, we can hear voices, we can hear the natural sounds of the prison and the surrounding area. So it's out of 3 investigations of the prison. Well, we're on our 3rd, so 2 1/3 investigations of the prison. As far as footsteps, legitimate footsteps, I'd say there's maybe two out of 1,000 hours of audio, maybe two actual footsteps, one definite, two maybe. So even breaths, like so if you hear a deep breath or a gasp, I have problems with that too. And I tell people this, and it sounds disgusting. Know your team's bodily functions. We've ran into instances on here: upset stomachs, burping, passing gas, hiccups, sneezes, wheezes, you name it. Oh, it's evidence. No, somebody's stomach is grumbling. Who? Because it was this guy. And I even called it out. The digital recorders pick up stomachs grumbling. I set my recorders fairly loud because I want them as sensitive as possible. But so, TM, what do you think on this one? Yay or nay? Okay. Then we debunk it. Another reason why I do the show, I get the viewers involved with analyzing. I love doing it like this because when I present it to the clients, I present the evidence. We had a room full of viewers that confirmed the evidence. It's not just me analyzing this evidence for your guys' enjoyment. I want my viewers to get involved with this. Hey, that's an EVP. Let's go back and analyze it. Brent, that's not an EVP. Okay, let's move on. And it's usually the majority rules. Very few times have I pulled the trump card and be like, hey, no, this is evidence. Trust me, I've investigated here. I know how it works. But for the most part, my viewers make the calls. They usually agree on the EVPs or tell me what they think. Then majority rules. If I hear something different than you guys, it's like if I'm outvoted, I'll put it down. I'll put it. Yeah, this is what my viewers heard. Even a negative result is a result. Yes, and I'm not shy about this. I would rather debunk than to give my clients false evidence. If I lose 200 EVPs, I lose 200 EVPs. If I lose a potential spirit because of a shadow, then I lose it. I'm not going to be dissuaded by TV, media, other investigators, or overactive imaginations. I've been on too many investigations to have my reputation tarnished for some stupid shit. And for those that have been here a while, they know that. Deds has investigated with me. He'll tell you. I've I probably take it a little too serious at points, but I also have a lot of fun with it. And now, if you just a few instances of Brent and I heard footsteps and whatnot, we both haven't moved a muscle. Yes, and those ones I'm talking about, like the very first recorder we did for the prison, we did Sims recorder night 1. There was 6 hours of nothing but cell doors opening and closing. It was weird. You're sitting there listening to these cell doors rattle through the entire duration of the recorder. but I also sometimes make jokes that probably shouldn't be made on the investigation, but it's gotten us evidence. And wait for night 3 on that one in Neil Pitney's cell. You're going to bust a gut laughing for what we said to him.
Oh, nice. I'm just gonna let you guys know that the more I've been doing everything's heightened, and I have like my third eye is completely open, and I hear and I see and I feel. I've got like all the clairvoyances, and
And
it's insane.
pause this real quick. Just so you know, this is Neil Pitney right here. This sick individual murdered his mother, decapitated her, and did nasty things to her body for about a year. He was a heroin addict that OD'd on heroin in his cell. I don't think he overdosed. I think somebody hot dosed him. We put a happy birthday card for his mom in the cell, which you will see on night 3. We left it there. The docents of the prison left the card in there for every group to go in to see. And they're going to give us full credit for it. We were making mom jokes to him for about 2 hours. We wouldn't stop on it.
It's because you're so open and bubbly to talk to me.
Sometimes you got to push that line just a little bit.
Because if I don't say it out loud, they pressuring me to say it. Yeah. So when I said 4, I have to say 4. I had to walk away from you guys because I'm embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed.
We are super
But it embarrasses me. You're crazy. I hear that someone just said, down here. Okay, listen. Now that we talk.
And I'll be honest, I don't know how I came up with some of the questions that I did.
What was that?
You know, I almost feel like I was being fed questions. All right, Sims. You'll be listening. All right.
Right there. You said, you go right there, and then someone goes, And what is that?
Way too much talking, way too much technology for me. Nothing, nothing against Susan or the other investigators, but
Would you shut?
Did you hear the bell? Yeah. What did she say? That's why you should go. Did you?
that's coming from their spirit box.
Did you hear the bell? Yeah. What did she say? That's why you should always record while you're talking. Tell me. This one's mugshot. Go back. Say mugshot. Mugshot.
Now that's actually relevant. Now, mugshot, I'll tell you right now, is extremely relevant. They're in women's. If you walk out of women's, you make a right, you go through 2 doors, you're in execution. You go through 1 more door, you're in the execution viewing room. What is in the execution viewing room? all the mug shots of the prisoners, like the ones you're seeing right up here at the top of the screen. All these are sitting in execution viewing. So mugshot is relevant. And you're not going to hear me say this very often about spirit boxes, but mugshot is evidence. And you'll rarely hear me say that about a spirit box. I'm so conflicted even saving it because it's a spirit box. I know better, but it's relevant. Oh, Brent, what are you doing?
Mugshot. Go back. Say mugshot.
Mugshot and the mirror, what?
There's a guy. There's a guy. Okay, we need to go into like the actual answers for the mirror. Whoa! What the hell was that? Whoa! What the hell?
Is that saying everybody watch you? Spirit box, so yeah. Again. You can see what I mean by not wanting to give this credit. Spirit boxes, echo boxes, apps. Please, no God. Brent, remain calm tonight. Please remain calm.
Whoa! What the hell was that?
Repeat, so it's on a loop.
Because I said I could open her mind. You guys, he's right. Okay, I'm not.
Listen, when I say clairvoyance, it says do something for me.
Random radio station. Yeah, that's why I'm still fighting myself on the mugshot one, because it's relevant. If it would have been any other statement, I would not have saved it. But random radio station, random something, random repeating app, spirit box, echo box, echo vox, whatever apps, I don't, Ghosttronic, anything, I don't know. I'm not giving them any credit. And repeat it again. And this is TM. I'll bring this up real quick. We'll get back to audio. The last time I used a spirit box, I did inside of an old mine, 500 feet underground. 500 feet underground. There's not going to be any radio signals. There's not going to be any radio signals down there. Have they tried to build their own white noise generator without radio? Not that I'm aware of. I know they're on the market. You can use the ones like that help you sleep. You've got white noise, you've got pink noise, you've got brown noise, you've got yellow noise. There's like several different types of white noise or different color noises. Have different subconscious effects on you. So everybody jumps onto white noise. What about yellow noise, brown noise, pink noise, blue noise, green noise? It's different frequencies. People are so stuck on white noise. It's just like using AM FM radio. And I think Deds knows where I'm going with this one because I've talked to him about it before. There's another band out there besides AM and FM. It's called World Band Radio. Works at a lot higher frequency rating. Did you, by chance, tell everybody about what some more engineering-based prisoners did? I have not. I have not. But yeah, why has not somebody not made a world band radio spirit box and use that higher frequency range? I've got a world band radio in my kit. I never use it because I can't make it sweep. But I think it'd be interesting to try. Turn it into where it just constantly loops through the stations. Not many people use world band anymore, so it'd be a natural spirit box. Just saying on that. Sounds like there's the female voice saying, I can't breathe. But that could be one of the investigators. Huh.
I need to know what that says. I got to get new earphones.
There are many communications on many band, not only commercial radio. What about weather band radios? They if, if you're in my age range, Radio Shack used to they used to sell just a handheld portable radio that had 3 different weather bands on it. That's not commercial. That's actually government. So why not use weather band radios? I completely forgot about the weather band. And if you want to start getting other frequencies, you got to be careful because they might be military. You can't get caught with that.
Something for me. What is he saying? It's a fucking sentence.
But are you sure it is the radio and not the noise in the audio spectrum? On this, it's repeating. If I'm watching the energy signature on the spectrum here, it almost looks identical all the way across. It just repeats every so often. It's repeating. Could be repeating in the audio spectrum, yes, but if ghost feed a magnetism from the speaker, entirely possible. But again, why would it repeat? You know, it's we're watching you, we're watching you, we're watching you, we're watching you. I'd say if a spirit has something to say, I don't think they just constantly repeat it like it's on loop. Unless it's residual. If it's residual coming through the speaker, that's entirely possible too. You know, not intelligent but residual. So we've had several of those that make no sense whatsoever. Hey, what's your name? Murder. Okay, that's probably a residual response at a inopportune time. I have a theory about how the spirits pull from the environment. I think it's um, we're all energy. We draw energy from resting. We draw energy from the sunlight. We draw energy from people. We feed off energy from people around us. Uh, you can feed off energy from people in the room if you know what you're doing. You know, it's like people say in bad relationships, they sucked all the energy out of me. It's not wrong. Yeah, they sucked all the positivity out of your life. They drained your physical energy because they're an emotional leech. I'm not going to even say emotional sponge. People are emotional leeches and they just draw off everything you have to offer. Spirits are the same way, at least in my theory. I've even offered myself to spirits, use my energy to communicate. And they do. It's if you've ever watched your gear, it puts off, if a EMF field. You use the batteries, you use that, it puts off a small EMF field. The spirits draw from that to communicate with you. Anybody that hasn't been in an investigation of the paranormal hangovers paranormal hangovers suck. Paranormal hangovers are terrible.
That one. I think they're thinking of, I'm thinking about.
No, this is so hard when you're thinking.
Do something for me. What?
And it's so hard to make out some of these. And that's
Thinking about that.
now that's weird. That's unique right there. That this one this is a little different. I haven't heard this one yet in this cycle. Sounds like it's saying befriend me. Befriend me. Like make me your friend. Or I could be way off base. I'd like to get your guys' opinion on that one. Yay or nay? This one is way different than the others, but again, it could also be the equipment. I don't want to jump down that rabbit hole unless we have to. Deads, TM, Sims, what do you guys think? Let's clean this up just a hair more. Because I want to be 100% certain before I confirm or debunk this. There's just a trill in there that might be equipment based. That's okay. It's that very last part of the me that sounds digitized. I'm going to say yes on this one. Because this is so much different than the rest. Let's save it. All right. And also remember, guys, when they go back, if Susan, Chris, Joe, all the docents of the prison, they hear this, they're like, oh, we can identify it. Go ahead and mark it off because I print. Is it the whistle like a canary bird? I. They can go through and debunk anything out of that list and just mark it off. I print everything out. And TM also, if you're not a part of the Discord, if you'd like to be, links down below. If you scroll down in the channel, it's down there. If you want to go into documents, I've typed out all the evidence we've gotten from Nevada State Prison Investigation 1, 2. We're working on 3. Night 1, I've already got in there. So if you want to go through and read some of the evidence, it might be. That voice, this is saying my name. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. I don't think it's saying my name. Okay, that's about as slow as we're going to take it. Otherwise, it's going to sound stupid. Show you what I mean. Jack, what are you doing? Yes, prisoners do whistle. They clap, they whistle. No, I know what you're saying, TM. Yeah, they do whistle, they clap, they stomp, they do weird shit to get messages out. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, they do weird shit, so
What is happening?
What the
Why do you think I jumped
Go
past
back
it?
down. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna go back down. I need something to drink and I have to, I need to,
Reset.
I need to like.
Well, guess what? I'm also.
I've got these damn in-ears in, so it's like 10 times louder.
That was crazy. And you know what?
It just sucks.
I'm hearing don't go. We have to, but we'll be back.
Okay.
No, I just saw that. That was a shadow. That
He
that just
said,
set that off.
as
I
soon
just
as
saw that.
did I say don't go? Ashley, did you hear me say don't?
It's all right, my friend. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back.
What? You hear moving on, and Susan immediately says moving on. This is strange. This is different. It's like a pre-echo.
We'll be back. 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 We'll be back.
That's weird. Moving on. Moving on. Is she repeating or just a way?
We'll be back.
I don't know.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
Maybe she whispered it, then said it. Moving on. Moving on. That's entirely possible. And that's the reason I'm not going to save this. It could be she repeated it. She whispered it, then spoke it. Moving on. Moving on. So yeah, that's TM perfect. That's what I'd like to see in this channel.
We'll be back. Come on, guys. You guys. I'm like really sick of myself. I need something to drink.
This is why he's saying don't go, because I think there's something right in front of us. Are they protecting us? He's ready to be done again.
Is there someone down there you don't want us to go towards?
You know, nothing makes me happier in this channel when my viewers debunk it before I can. It's just like, yeah, Brent, you're slipping tonight. Now, you've got almost 15 years under your belt, and your viewers, yeah, just kind of showed you up just a bit. Makes me proud, though. Makes me proud my viewers know what to listen for. Especially since this is the third time we're analyzing prison. You know the sounds of the prison. You know what to listen for. Nope, we're not. Okay, let's not kill ears here, guys. I'm going to bump this down. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. Yeah, radio. You're not hitting me on copyright. Sorry.
He was, oh, he's a legend. He was right here. What was the other name? Romero? Okay, look for Romero.
doing this again while we're waiting for evidence. I'm gonna go back through some of the photos from the prison again, just so we can have something to look at.
I wish we were recording that when we go down there. It's like you're like, Howard's waiting to speak activated or something.
This was our first touch. It was filmed.
Awesome. Like Elizabeth closed.
That thing fucking opened and slammed in front of me and Susan. Yeah.
Again, that's a hotel that sat on the grounds before the prison was built. The Eagle sat on top of the hotel. Culinary. A lot of activity in here. Just ask Deds. I left his ass alone in there. No, you didn't. Wait a minute. I missed that. There's light coming out of two of the doors. I never saw this before. I never caught it. That's strange. Could that be just a slightly different camera angle? Or is that evidence? Definitely different light on the floors. The floor, not floors, excuse me. Definitely interesting. Huh. No idea. This was still in the daylight. I just standard flash from the camera. Had no flashlights in there. Like I said, it was daylight. Where this building is, there's no way to have car lights. We're still in the walkthrough pretty much. It's still daylight outside. You can see the window straight ahead has the light from outside shining through. So I don't know. Probably debunkable, and we just haven't hit the right key on it yet. The cave where they kept food in the winter for storage. Like I said, I will never go back in there, as unsafe as that is. You can see shit starting to fall over and collapse. Recorder in the cave. Back in culinary. Oh my god, orbs! Look at all the spirits! Not. Look at the dust. I know it's dust, TM. I make the joke about orbs because there's a lot of teams out there that would say, oh my god, look at all the spirits trapped in there. And I just want to reach out and give them a loving embrace around their neck with my hands until they stop breathing or until their eyes pop out of their heads. It's called optical poptitude. If once you're here for a while, TM, I'll tell you right now, you'll see me go on several rants about dust. Sorry, I have company. He hasn't been up here all night, so he gets a pass. Better to be critical than telltale all is proof, yes. You can see the artists in the prison. There's a couple in here I had to take out so I would not get a terms of service ban. Ceremonial area for the Native American spirits. Used to be a hot spring. Memory of one of the employees. Urinal outside. A barber chair. License plate factory. And ye old execution chamber. And you heard me say, look. You can see the last three pictures on the wall there. See the eddy meter, Dead's recorder, looks like my GoPro, and a flashlight on the table. Okay, TM, pay very close attention to this window. And it's a few pictures away, but you'll understand. These pictures were taken a matter of a couple hours from each other. The next batch was taken, I think, 2 to 3 hours later, and there was only one other team in the prison with us that night, and that was only 2 people. We pretty much on the second night had the prison to ourselves. Because I don't count Susan as a teammate, but there was 2 other women investigating. So, remember the window. Last night's cells. And voila, the window is dirty. It's a freaking handprint on the window. Also a blitz, which is what? What do you mean by blitz? Strong light, that's a flash off the camera. But the fingerprints is what get me because they weren't in the previous round of pictures. And there's Pictures of everybody that was executed at the prison. Another angle with flash. Yeah, but the fingerprints weren't there before, which I'm just going to take it probably had to do with the flash, and that's why I haven't called it evidence. And that's the hotel room. That's pretty much it. But I stopped taking a lot of pictures. I'm not. I have a Pentax full spectrum camera with IR strobes that I'm probably going to take on the next investigation. But carrying a heavy camera and all the other gear, it's a pain in the ass. Anybody who's been on any type of investigation knows this. You want to carry a recorder and something light. Because remember, whatever you take out with you, you got to drag ass back. And that's why at the end of the night, I took my case with me to carry all the recorders. When you've got 18 digital recorders across the prison, it's a pain in the ass. But it's worth it. It's well worth it. We've got pretty much, those are all cell doors. Pretty much nothing left on this recorder, but we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow night. A lot of backpack, and like I said, I took. Dead's brought 3 digital recorders. He brought his Portacapture, DRO5X, H3VR, and then I had 15 digital recorders. So I had 15, he had 3, plus his GoPro, and I had 2 GoPros, plus my eddy meter, and my flashlight. So, and I use a Nanook 935 case to drag all the shit around. And I've still got more that I didn't take. I just get tired of lugging shit around. But it's worth it. Anyways, we got 3 EVPs tonight. I can't be mad at that. In an hour and 20 minutes. So, tomorrow night's going to depend a lot on whether or not I have to work. I'm going to do my best to make sure there's a show tomorrow night. If not, I will do a makeup show Saturday. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Deads, Sims, it's always a pleasure. TM, I thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you had fun. And I hope to see you in here again. Had a lot of fun having you help out with the EVPs and just talking about general paranormal in question. If you ever have any questions about the paranormal, please don't hesitate to ask. I will stop the audio, do what I can to answer any questions you have, if I can. But still a lot of stuff I don't know and I'm still learning. Anyways, guys, have a great night. Thank you so much again. God bless, and I will see you tomorrow. Y'all take care.